Hi, and welcome to the Video Orca, the 20th Century in Review series. In this series, we will look at each year in history, one year at a time, and see how it contributed to getting where we are now. Today we will be looking at all the notable global events that occurred in the year 1905. So sit comfortably, grab your favorite brew, and let's delve deeper into the year 1905. 1. Russo-Japanese War, 1904 to 1905. At the forefront of global attention was the Russo-Japanese War, a conflict between the Russian Empire and the Empire of Japan. Fought over territorial ambitions in Northeast Asia, particularly over control of Manchuria and Korea, this war marked the first major military confrontation of the 20th century between two great powers. The war culminated in the stunning naval victory of the Japanese at the Battle of Tsushima in May 1905, which shattered Russia's naval power in the Far East and led to the signing of the Treaty of Portsmouth in September, brokered by US President Theodore Roosevelt. 2. First Russian Revolution. The Russian Revolution of 1905, also known as the First Russian Revolution, was a wave of mass political and social unrest that swept across the Russian Empire. It was sparked by Bloody Sunday, the massacre of peaceful demonstrators in St. Petersburg, and fueled by grievances such as land reform, industrial labor conditions, and political repression. The revolution culminated in a series of strikes, protests, and uprisings throughout the empire, including the famous Potemkin Mutiny in the Black Sea Fleet. While the revolution ultimately failed to overthrow the Tsarist regime, it forced the government to make concessions, including the establishment of the Duma, Russia's first parliament, marking a significant step towards constitutional monarchy. 3. Treaty of Portsmouth and Nobel Peace Prize. The Treaty of Portsmouth, signed on September 5, 1905, marked the end of the Russo-Japanese War and was brokered by US President Theodore Roosevelt, who won the Nobel Peace Prize for his efforts. The treaty, signed between Russia and Japan, resulted in significant territorial concessions by Russia, including the transfer of the southern half of Sakhalin Island to Japan and the recognition of Korea as within Japan's sphere of influence. The Treaty of Portsmouth not only brought an end to the conflict, but also established Roosevelt as a key mediator in international diplomacy and earned him the distinction of being the first American to win the Nobel Peace Prize. 4. Einstein's Annus Mirabilis, Miracle Year. In the realm of science, 1905 witnessed a remarkable outpouring of groundbreaking work by Albert Einstein, often referred to as his Annus Mirabilis, or Miracle Year. In this single year, Einstein published 4 revolutionary papers that would fundamentally alter our understanding of the universe. Among these was his theory of special relativity, which introduced the famous equation E = mc², demonstrating the equivalence of mass and energy. Additionally, Einstein's explanation of the photoelectric effect laid the foundation for quantum mechanics, while his work on Brownian motion provided compelling evidence for the existence of atoms. 5. Einstein's theory of Brownian motion. In addition to his work on special relativity and the photoelectric effect, Albert Einstein made another groundbreaking contribution to physics in 1905 with his theory of Brownian motion. Einstein's paper on Brownian motion provided a theoretical explanation for the erratic motion of particles suspended in a fluid, such as pollen grains in water. By applying statistical mechanics, Einstein was able to demonstrate that the motion was caused by the random bombardment of the particles by molecules of the surrounding fluid, providing compelling evidence for the existence of atoms and molecules. This work further solidified Einstein's reputation as one of the greatest scientific minds of the 20th century and laid the foundation for the field of statistical physics. 6. Rise of Modernist literature. In the realm of culture and the arts, 1905 witnessed the emergence of modernist literature, a movement characterized by experimentation, fragmentation, and a rejection of traditional forms. This year saw the publication of seminal works such as Dubliners by James Joyce, The Return of Sherlock Holmes by Arthur Conan Doyle, and The House of Mirth by Edith Wharton. These works, along with others from authors like Franz Kafka and Virginia Woolf in subsequent years, challenged conventional narrative structures and delved into themes of alienation, existential angst, and the fragmentation of identity in an increasingly modernized world. The influence of modernist literature would extend far beyond the literary sphere, leaving an indelible mark on 20th century culture and thought. 7. Industrial Workers of the World, IWW, founded. In 1905, a group of labor activists, including Eugene V. Debs and William D. Hayward, came together to establish the Industrial Workers of the World, IWW, also known as the Wobblies. This revolutionary labor union aimed to unite all workers, regardless of skill, race, or gender, into one big union and pursue revolutionary industrial unionism. The IWW played a significant role in advocating for workers' rights, organizing strikes, and challenging the prevailing capitalist system. Its founding marked a pivotal moment in the history of labor movements, inspiring generations of workers to fight for better working conditions and social justice. 8. Revolutions in Iran and China. 1905 also witnessed significant revolutionary movements in other parts of the world, notably in Iran and China. In Iran, the constitutional revolution of 1905 to 1911 sought to establish a constitutional monarchy and limit the powers of the ruling Shah. Led by intellectuals, clergy, and merchants, the revolution culminated in the establishment of Iran's first constitution in 1906, marking a significant step towards democratic governance in the country. Meanwhile, in China, the 100 Days Reform of 1898 paved the way for further attempts at modernization and reform. However, the movement was short-lived, and in 1905, anti-foreign sentiment and internal unrest erupted in the Boxer Rebellion, a violent uprising against foreign influence and Christian missionary activity. These revolutions underscored the global tide of political upheaval and aspirations for change sweeping across different regions in the early 20th century. Right, this sums up the year 1905. Please like and share this video with your friends and family and subscribe to the channel for more informational videos like this in future, where we look at significant events in each year in history.